How do my ears look? You got bags, and I'm getting like, dude, that guy's hat looks like it hurts his head. I'm like, this is how I want to wear my hat. First it was my hands, and now my hat touches my ears too much.
You know, I've tried now, because, you know, I think I'm just going to start wearing sunglasses like Leon Bridges.
Yeah, you should wear sunglasses. He's up late designing great clothes. That's how you get a shirt on Post. Do you have a shirt on Post Malone? No. Like, give him a break. All right, guys, welcome back to the Huckberry Gear Lab in our latest episode of Ask Huckberry. We got not just a special guest, but Nick, you have been promoted to co-host, if you will. The people have asked and we have answered. Peak fall, our recommendations. Let's get right into it. First question, as someone who lives in a colder climate, but I hate puffy jackets, what should I wear?
Heavier wool jackets don't have the same bulk as the down or puffy jackets, and really warm and insulating, and I love going back to more of the natural fibers and materials.
So like a wool overshirt, a wool...
Yeah, heavy wool jacket, you know, good wool sweater underneath.
Or good like wax jacket.
Or a good wax jacket, yeah. Can never go wrong with wax.
The new Hudson, the new updated Hudson. It's a great one to layer.
Yep.
Weather protection, got enough warmth, but something that you can easily flex between layers, cooler, warmer. Two that immediately came to mind, the waxed Rancher.
Yep,
That's the warmest wax jacket that we have. Hardy waxed exterior, a little bit boxier of a cut so you can layer, but then it's got a quilted inside.
Yep.
Right, and there's some like lightweight but substantial fill to it.
Yeah.
That one's awesome. And it's made for cold climates. Like Dean Petty, friend, Huckberry ambassador, it's his go-to jacket. He lives in Nova Scotia. He wears it all winter long. The other one I really like, and it is technically a puffy jacket in that it's an insulated jacket, but it does not look like an insulated jacket. And I actually have a lot of friends that have had this same sentiment. I don't want to wear a puffy jacket, but in the end, like puffy jackets are great weight to warmth ratio. The quilted tanker from Relwyn. It's got a really cool, almost like field jacket silhouette. It's quilted, it's got insulation, but it does not look like a traditional puffy jacket. So Wax Rancher, if you want a little more heritage, hard wearing. Quilted tanker for me, smart layering for you.
Or if you're in the Arctic, the new shearling jacket from Flint and Tinder as well. Super warm and not a puffy jacket.
Yep. Question number 2, what cold weather boots are you wearing for date night? Depends on where your date is.
Yeah.
But
my go-to is the Danner Lager Mach 917 with that Gore-Tex lining. It's great for cold weather, keeps your foot dry and you know, wet and icy conditions. You really can't beat it, and it's a great looking boot that you can easily dress up for date night.
I also think about the sole. My head immediately goes to sole, and particularly like a tread sole, a Vibram sole. We have a great Vibram shop. Two that come to mind for me, we've got the Boone Lug Chelsea boot from Rhodes that you helped design. Classic Chelsea boot, really clean upper leather, classic. Looks really good with a pair of chinos. Foundationally, it's got a little bit of that workwear foundation, no pun intended. Yep. So I love a lug sole. I love the Boone Chelsea boot. Chelsea boot is just one of those styles that is great for date night, great for casual. The other one on sort of the, I would say other end of the price spectrum, but incredible high quality. We've got some really great boots from Trickers, based and still made in the UK.
Legends,
the low logger boot. So you think about like the British countryside and that refinement meets ruggedness. They nail that. Give you a Chelsea, give you a full lace. Those are my 2 picks. All right, next question. We are flying through these. From our buddy Kaz, Huckberry ambassador and friend. What are your thoughts on a full zip versus quarter zip from a stylistic and functional perspective?
Something like this, the kind of pile fleece, I love a good quarter half zip. I don't know, just, it's so style driven for me.
From a style standpoint, I love a full zip. I like to be able to have a t-shirt underneath, both for comfort when I'm getting hot, but I also just like that look. I love cardigans. I've been called a grandpa on this very show multiple times before. So I love like full zip, cardigan style, whatever the case is. I think it's a little bit more flexible in terms of what you can do from a style standpoint. From a functional standpoint, when it comes to like outdoor and being active, I prefer a quarter zip. So I have a lot of 72-hour quarter zip. like my cool weather hiking, I'm not being super active. I don't necessarily have the most articulate answer why I prefer quarter zip from an active perspective, but quarter zip, active, full zip, style, versatility. Okay, next question. I love when they get really specific. What are 2 pieces that are your favorites to layer in these colder months?
I think what immediately comes to my mind is the new Nordic sweater from Flint & Tinder. Has that great texture to it, kind of inspired by vintage Nordic sweaters, but a more modern take on it. I love that, and that's a wool-rich sweater. It's not super bulky, but it's quite warm. And then on top of that, I would go with the Mason jacket from Flint & Tinder, which has that durable canvas shell, which has a DWR finish on it, and then it has the quilted liner on the inside as well. But it's also easy to take apart and wear individually as well. So I love layering systems where they're super functional as they're layered up, but then you can kind of like shed layers if you need to during the day, and it still looks great.
The other thing that I like about the Mason jacket, like not only is it quilting on the inside, but it's super smooth, right? And like if you're wearing a sweater, it just slides right in.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. Nothing worse than like putting a jacket on and you get your sleeves in there and then you do this and you're like your arms are all I love a good vest. So I'm typically like a t-shirt, our heavyweight t-shirt, a vest. I like, with a vest, depending on how big the vest is. So the 2 that I've got, obviously the new Jackson, which is a little puffier. So that's a vest that I'm definitely gonna be wearing a lot more with some of my more like performance outer layers, like a Gore-Tex jacket that gives me the weatherproofness that's also got a little bit more space and then accommodates for like that jacket being puffier. So I like that contrast of like a puffy vest, like the Jackson, and then like a outer shell. On the other end of the spectrum, I just got a great vest from Dian 1920. Sort of that waxed, and it's got a subtle insulation, but it's pretty minimal. So I'll wear that, and then another jacket. I love the new tweak to the Hudson, where it's I like wax jackets that are a little bit longer. Don't hurt me, like I don't own a wax trucker jacket, but it provides a little more coverage. It's got a little bit more space. So I love the 2 of those things together. I drank way too much coffee for this. Oh yes. What's your walk-up song?
Man, I don't know.
Welcome to the Gear Lab.
Nice, thanks for having me, y'all.
Answering some customer questions.
Word.
We got a great question you just put together with the team, our office lookbook.
Yeah.
I would love some suggestions for my Christmas work party. Casual but put together.
I definitely would have to say a merino blend sweater. I think it's perfect. You're comfortable, it's breathable, very elevated at the same time. I mean, it's a good layering piece as well. I mean, you really can't go wrong. A classic Oxford, I mean, you really can't beat it. I mean, it's a great
Can't
price.
go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a great price point. It's a staple, not just during the holidays, but all year round. You can really dress that up and dress it down. It's a win-win, honestly. Yeah.
For me, I like dressing up, but like I hate like formal dressing up. I hate wearing a tie, I hate wearing a suit.
When it feels like too forced.
Too formal.
Yeah.
And I love, for lack of a better term, like the tensions that you guys created with the holiday looks, where it is put together, but there was a great look where it's, I think, a pair of like wool chinos, trousers, with an Oxford, but then a denim chore coat. And like the denim chore coat just gives it a little bit more of that like personality, but also like that's the casual to the put together.
I'm all about highs and lows. When it comes to fabrics, to textures, to weights, I think we can all agree that that's the way to go.
And all it takes is that one pop piece.
I always feel like you need to at least wear something that like you are comfortable in on a daily basis to make sure you feel comfortable, whether it's around crowds, if you're having a drink one-on-one with a buddy at a holiday party, whatever it is. Yeah, you nailed it.
Oh yeah. Well, you nailed it. Yeah. You're inspiring all of us. So our holiday party, there's gonna be a lot of people looking at. We often wear the same things, but I think everyone had that same like, that's how you do a holiday party look. So
I'm glad it came to life. Yeah.
While we got you here, quick rapid fire. What's your most recent purchase on Huckberry?
Ooh, my last recent purchase, I would definitely have to say the 316, the alpaca boucle cardigan.
Oh yeah.
Completely sold out very quickly, so I'm glad I could get my hands on it. But yeah, what Andrew Chen and Wesley Scott, what they do at 316 is just phenomenal.
Favorite new brand on Huckberry right now?
From a lifestyle perspective, Drake's. We did have a little teaser this fall, winter.
Yep.
Come spring, we're going to be having shirts, outerwear, socks, scarves,
Yeah.
from head to toe. But that was one that I really was just excited about to just kind of lean into a little bit of sweaters and outerwear.
Yeah.
Another one, I'm a big runner. Obviously, Satisfy. What they're doing in the market is just incredible right now. It's just really beautiful. It's very edgy. I mean, they're really inspiring.
Yep.
Every brand from here to there.
I'll let you get back to it. Thanks,
Thanks,
Javi.
Javi.
Great
Yeah,
that
reps.
was fun.
Yeah.
Got another good question. How do I add overshirts to my winter wardrobe? Specifically, some of the new ones from Flint and Tinder. So, kind of teeing this up. When I hear this question of like, how do I add? Like, start with the mentality of something that you would wear like in the office,
Yep.
right? It's hardier, so it could work as a lightweight jacket. But how do I add an overshirt? Like, think about it from like style and weight, something that you could wear as a replacement to a sweater. You put out some really great overshirts this fall. Any highlights, any recommendations?
Cabin flannel would be my number one go-to. Just a really easy throw on, super comfortable, really interesting texture, almost effortless to put on and go out the door with that piece. And that's what I love a good overshirt for.
Yep.
It shouldn't complicate or overcomplicate things. It should just be an easy throw on and go.
One that I really love from Flint and Tinder that you put out as well in that same like comfortable, easy to throw on is the corduroy overshirt. Couple great colors. It's a great weight. Like corduroy, obviously synonymous with fall. It's a little heavier than like a corduroy pant.
Yep.
But it's something you could wear next to skin.
Yep.
T-shirt underneath. You could layer it over something, but it wears like a shirt, but it's hardier.
Yep.
And it's so fucking soft. The Relwyn bubble knit overshirt.
Yeah, that's a
if
great
you want like a little sportier of a look, it's
Yep.
got a cool texture, super lightweight. And then another favorite is the Wax London whiting shirt. Awesome to wear, again, as a shirt, but transitions really well into colder
Yeah, we
weather.
just got some great new colors in that one
Yeah.
as well.
All right, rapid fire. Hook 'em. Texas, baby. Let's go.
I don't know. It's been a wild year in football. It's all these upsets. Let's
Say
go
Texas?
Yeah, let's go Texas. Yeah, and if not, UGA right behind them.
You're the only one that can say that without getting.
I know.
like,
I know. Alum. You know.
Yeah,
I'm-
alum, lives
yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Do we have to answer this question? Sinway. Will socks with individual toes ever be a thing? Asking for a friend.
What a
I'm
great-
going to recognize, Sinway, you're keeping us on our toes, no pun intended, but the answer is no. Move on. Wearing jackets. I have a lot of jackets, and we've said it a bunch. We live in Texas. It's a shorter window than I'm typically used to. So 75% of the year, I curate my wardrobe based on the shoe that I want to wear that day. For this next window, like what jacket do I want
Yeah.
to wear?
Yep. You stole mine, so I'll go with my second, which is outdoor fires.
What's the most overrated part of the Thanksgiving meal? You have very limited space on your plate. What's getting the least amount of space? What's getting the most amount of space?
Least amount of space, or at least it's a family tradition of ours, is the what is like the cranberry sauce or
From the can?
that gelatin sliding out of the can and just the
Not a
can.
cranberry sauce.
Yeah. So I can never get my head around it.
What's the highlight of the Thanksgiving plate?
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Obvious.
Yeah. Pile those suckers up, load that gravy in like a volcano, you're good to go.
And maybe this is like the obvious hater answer, but I don't like turkey. I think turkey's the most over. I don't care. Like I've had it fried, I've had it smoked.
Yeah.
It's better if it's fried or smoked, but it's
Yeah.
like still not that great.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big turkey fan. I'm a turkey sandwich fan,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I'm a good
But that's
turkey
because you load in all of the other things. That's just the protein. Stuffing, by far and away, stuffing. Like I could do a whole plate. 15 minutes ago, I bought the flannel, while we're in this room, flannel Western that
Yeah.
Post Malone's now rocking that you designed.
Yep.
But before that, I bought every color, the herringbone pleated trousers that you made. They're
that
so good. I've actually made a couple purchases in the last week, those pants. And then I got the half zip collared sweatshirt from Wyeth. I love that thing.
Yeah, that thing's badass.
It's just a unique take. I mean, it's a half, we've been talking about half zips. It's got the 2 chest pockets. It's got a collar for a sweat, like the sweatshirt material.
This wonderful Huckberry hat. I got these also with the white carpenter pants that we released for Flint and Tinder.
Man, this is a hard question. There's so many that I love. Not necessarily a new brand on Huckberry, but the assortment this year. I referenced one of the products that I've got this year, DN 1920. Just such a good collection of their carrier jacket I have from last season. This really cool bomber interpretation. The like varsity jackets are so good. And then talking a little bit about like overshirts, they've got the Chrisman, which is one of their sort of iconic pieces that they do in different interpretations fabrics every year. So,
I mean, Javi mentioned it earlier, but I am beyond excited that we have Satisfy running on our website. I think they're just so dialed on their designs and their fabrics and their techniques, and I think they just do such a phenomenal job.
I did just watch the Red Sox documentary on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
I'm obviously biased being a Red Sox fan. It was one of the greatest runs that I've ever experienced. The only team in Major League Baseball history to come back from down 3-0 against your arch rivals, the New York Yankees. But even if you hate both teams, and probably a lot of you do, it's just an insane story.
Binging, getting ready for the next season of Yellowstone.
Do you, while you're watching it, wear your wax striker jacket while you're wearing it?
Yeah, in bed too, with my cowboy boots on. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta feel like you're a part of the experience for sure.
I think we're wrapped. We could probably, they keep us tight in here. We could go for a long time, but as always, thank you guys for the questions. Hopefully we've been helpful. Chill is in the air, fall is here, holidays are coming.
Yep.
We're gonna be doing this every month, bringing in more special guests, so stay tuned. We're gonna do a special gift recommendation Ask Huckberry coming up. As always, hit us up, drop the questions in the comments, send us a DM. Nick, great having you here.
Good being here.
We're running out of steam. Until next time, we'll see you out there.